So today we're talking about the spinor and the Tao of Physics and Eddie Oshins. So on YouTube, last night I got a clip of Eric Weinstein interviewing Nobel physicist Dirac Penrose. The interview actually it took place right before he got the Nobel Prize, so it's a recent interview. And I'm not sure what website posted it, but it wasn't from Eric Weinstein. It was like a repost, and it was just about Penrose actually demonstrating the Dirac Dance, saying, "Yeah, I can do that," which is he says, "Yeah, I can actually do that with the wine glass and not spill it," And then Eric Weinstein is saying that the spinor, which is demonstrated as the 720-degree spin of the electron at a 0 point in space from Dirac, that's actually like the monolith in Stanley Kubrick's movie, his classic sci-fi movie, 2001, and I used to watch Stanley Kubrick's movies a lot to study his use of music, his use of sound, and so basically people in the comment section, people wanted a link to the video that Eric Weinstein references called Error on Dirac, and that the video was made. So I told people I can't post links because YouTube will censor it, but I can post links on my own channel, so that's what I do. But anyway, the video was made by math professor Lou Kaufman, and then Kaufman, I had corresponded with Kaufman maybe like a year or two ago. Actually, I first corresponded with him about 5 years ago about Eddie Oshins, and so I didn't know how you pronounce Eddie Oshins' last name. I thought it was pronounced Oshins, but I found another video that a student of Lou Kaufman posted about him explaining the quaternion handshake that he developed with Eddie Oshins. And so Eddie Oshins also developed a phrase that he called the Tao of Physics, and he coined the term quantum psychology in the 70s, or maybe it was the early 80s, but anyway, whole point of the spinor is that it's non-commutative time frequency. And so another key point is that we think of a spinor in terms of just charge. So you have antimatter, but since this is from Dirac, but actually Penrose is critiquing relativity, and so recently one of the key experiments that proved the spinor is RNL experiment. So that shows that even though there's a zero electromagnetic field, there's still electromagnetic potential at the gauge of space-time. And so the electromagnetic potential was included in the original electromagnetic field theories of Maxwell, but it was taken out by Heaviside, and it was Dirac who realized that Heaviside had used that he was originally but the Poussin bracket, right? It's French, so this is why in quantum mechanics there's the complex imaginary number. It's that you have two vectors that are both complex numbers with the imaginary number. But since they're both at the same time as they're entangled at zero time, so the spinor isn't just charged, but Arnold demonstrated his research. So it was originally called the pilot ray. So it's not just a negative frequency, it's also reverse time. So the charge of the frequency of the gets converted into voltage. So the key factor is that time frequency in certain space constant over 4 pi is a square. But as Julian once pointed out, several So this is even understood, it's misunderstood by most physicists that entanglement is actually inherent to reality at the zero time. There's a fifth dimension that we can't see. And it's the future and the past overlapping at the speed of light. So Eddie Oshins called this the Tao of Physics because it's non-commutative. It can resonate up to any scale, whether it's the universe or a human. And he realized this is how Neigong is practiced, the standing internal martial arts. So when we do Tai Chi or Qigong, we're actually listening. It's called Ting. And Tai Chi, we're listening to the fifth dimension that we can't see inherently. And in Daoism, they call it the highest sound that connects